Welcome back. Today, we're breaking down one of the most intricate heists ever conceived, the master plan from Den of Thieves. This whole thing is a masterclass in misdirection, kind of like one of those puzzle boxes where the real secret is buried layers and layers deep.
So let's just start with the central question here. How do you even begin to rob a bank that everyone says is impossible to rob? We're not talking about your local branch either. The target here is the Fort Knox of Los Angeles, the Federal Reserve.
All right, so first things first, before we can even get into the how of the heist, we got to understand the who and the what. We've got some major players locked in a very serious high-stakes game, and believe me, the prize they're all after is, well, it's one of a kind.
Okay, so on one side of the board, you've got Big Nick O'Brien. This guy's a cop, but he doesn't just bend the rules, he pretty much shatters them to catch his guy. And the guy he's hunting? Ray Merriman, an ex-military mastermind who treats every single heist like a full-blown military operation. I mean, these two are on an absolute collision course, and they are both at the top of their game. And what are they all fighting over? Not just any old pile of cash. Nope, we are talking about a very specific $30 million. And the wild part is, this money is, for all intents and purposes, invisible.
Okay, here's what makes this stuff so special. It is literally ghost money. See, these are old bills that are scheduled to be destroyed. But right before they hit the shredder, the Federal Reserve wipes their serial numbers from every single government system, so they officially cease to exist. If you can get your hands on them, you've got $30 million that are completely, totally untraceable. It's the perfect score.
All right, so we know the prize. Now let's get into the plan. And Ray's plan, it doesn't kick off with a robbery. No, it starts with a performance. An incredibly elaborate piece of theater designed to fool absolutely everyone, but especially Big Nick.
So the whole thing kicks off with a bang, a loud, violent, and very public armored truck robbery. But here's the twist. The truck is empty. It's a total feint. The real goal is to get Big Nick's attention, and it works. The investigation leads him right to who he thinks is the crew's weakest link, their driver, Donnie. So Nick does what he does best, leans on him hard, and flips him. Just like that. Nick thinks he's got an inside man and has cracked this thing wide open.
But what Nick has no idea about is that he's the one being played. See, Ray wanted Donnie to get picked up. He's now using Nick's own informant as a direct pipeline to feed him the perfect piece of misdirection, a precise time and location for a heist that is never, ever going to happen.
And just like that, the trap is set. You've got Nick and his entire department surrounding the Pico Rivera Bank. They're dealing with hostage demands, they're reacting to a fake execution, they are 100% convinced they have the robbers trapped. In reality, they're just watching a play. The real heist? It's just getting started, miles away.
Okay, so let's leave Nick and his team watching the show and head over to the main event, the Federal Reserve. We're about to see how this brilliant distraction allows the real plan to unfold.
So, while the cops are completely occupied, the real heist goes down in 4 beautiful steps. First up, the Trojan horse. The crew uses the stolen money from that fake robbery as cover to make a delivery to the feds, only with Donnie hidden inside a money cart. Step 2, a perfectly timed blackout forces everyone to evacuate the high-security counting room. That's Donnie's window. In the empty room, he makes the swap, grabbing the bags of untraceable cash. And finally, the escape. He ditches the money in a trash bin, escapes through the air vents to a pre-stashed uniform, and just walks right out the front door as a food courier. Genius.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. $30 million. The score of a lifetime is just sitting in a garbage can, looking exactly like all the other trash from the day, just waiting for a routine garbage truck to come pick it up and drive it away. It's brilliant.
So the money is out, the crew is clear, it seems like the perfect heist is complete, right? Wrong. This is the moment where the real plan, the plan inside the plan, finally comes to light, and it is brutal.
Ray's crew starts tailing the garbage truck they think has the money. But it's a decoy. It's the wrong one. And acting on that so-called tip from Donnie, Nick and his team are waiting for them. They ambush the crew in a massive traffic jam. A huge, devastating firefight erupts, and when the smoke clears, Ray Merriman and his entire elite crew are dead.
So Nick thinks he's won. He finally stopped the uncatchable crew. But when he goes to open the bags in their car, he finds nothing but shredded paper. He's just left standing there, staring at all this destruction and realizing they all died for a truck full of actual garbage.
And that right there,
leads to the one question that unravels everything Nick thought he knew. If Ray's crew didn't have the money, then who did?
And suddenly, all those scattered little clues just snap into place, pointing to the one person nobody ever suspected. Donnie. He wasn't just a driver. That bar he worked at next door? It was his listening post. He gathered intel on everything. Employees, security, cash schedules. He was the one who recruited the driver of the second garbage truck. And he used Ray's entire crew as a disposable, high-profile distraction to draw all the fire.
You see, Ray thought he was the mastermind of this whole thing, using military force to achieve his objective. But he wasn't the mastermind, he was just the main character in Donnie's story. Donnie's key asset wasn't guns, it was information. And while Ray saw him as just some expendable driver, Donnie was the one pulling every single string.
So in the end, Donnie engineered a scenario where his two biggest threats, the thieves and the cops, would eliminate each other. He didn't need a gun. He just needed to tell everyone else where to point theirs. Which really makes you wonder what truly defines a mastermind. Is it raw power? Or is it the genius to turn your enemy's power against itself?